What if the weight you've been carrying all your life, the frustration of not being seen, the need to be understood, the ache for control was never yours to carry in the first place? What if the freedom you've been chasing was hiding in a single, deceptively simple phrase? Let them. 2 words, quiet as a whisper, yet heavy enough to change the course of a life. The let them theory, as Mel Robbins calls it. S&T just advise it as a key to unlocking the prison most of us don't even know we've built around ourselves. We spend so much of our existence consumed by what others think, by how they act, by what they do or fail to do for us. We replay conversations in our heads, we agonize over betrayals, we rehearse imaginary arguments in the shower, every ounce of energy thrown into trying to bend the world to match our expectations. But here's the haunting truth. People are going to do what people are going to do. They will disappoint us. They will choose differently than we would. They will walk away when we wish they would stay. And when they do, we can either fight to control them or let them. The brilliance of Mel's idea is in its simplicity. Imagine this. A friend cancels on you at the last minute. Your mind races. Don't they value me? Don't they care? Don't they understand how much I planned for this? That spiral can consume you. Or you can simply say, let them. Let them cancel. Let them reveal who they are, what they prioritize, and where you stand in their lives. Let them show you the truth instead of fighting against it. Not about weakness, it's about freedom. Because every time you let someone be who they are without forcing them into the mold you hoped for, you reclaim a piece of your energy. You stop bleeding out into situations you cannot control. You step out of the storm and onto solid ground. The let them theory is more than a coping tool. It's a mirror reflecting the hard questions we avoid. Why do we need so badly for others to behave the way we want? Why do we attach our peace to their actions? Beneath our anger at others lies something deeper, a fear of abandonment, a hunger for validation, an unwillingness to accept reality as it is. When we say let them, not just setting others free, we releasing ourselves from the endless loop of control and disappointment. Mel tells the story of how she stumbled upon this phrase during a season of her life when control felt impossible. She was caught in the chaos of relationships, family expectations, and the unpredictable nature of life itself. And in one of those moments where frustration boils into clarity, the words surfaced. Let them. If your kids don't call back, let them. If your partner doesn't meet your expectations, let them. If your colleagues choose their own path, let them. The phrase became a lifeline, a compass pointing back to peace. And maybe you felt this too. The silent suffering of watching people choose differently than you would. The sting of realizing that someone you counted on isn't showing up. The deep urge to step in, to lecture, to fix, to demand. But here's the paradox. The more you cling, the more you suffocate both them and yourself. Control is an illusion, it always has been. Letting them doesn't mean you approve of their behavior, and it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've decided your peace is worth more than your obsession. Think about the freedom in that. A friend gossips about you. Let them. It's a reflection of their character, not yours. A colleague takes credit for your work. Let them. Their choices will reveal their integrity long before you need to. A loved one doesn't meet your expectations. Let them. You don't have to agree with it, but you also don't have to chain your heart to it. Every time you say, let them, you unhook yourself from their chaos and return to your own center. But here's where it gets deeper. Let them doesn't just apply to others, it applies to you. How often do you hold yourself hostage to who you think you're supposed to be? How often do you chain yourself to guilt, to expectations, to perfection? The let them theory invites you to turn the phrase inward. Let yourself rest when the world demands you hustle. Let yourself speak your truth when silence feels safer. Let yourself be imperfect, flawed, messy, human. Freedom isn't just about releasing others, it's about releasing yourself. Of course, the mind resists this. The ego craves control, certainty, order. It believes that if you push hard enough, if you strategize, manipulate, or demand, you can bend the world into harmony. But reality doesn't work that way. People don't change because we want them to. They change, if at all, because they choose to. And the longer we grip, the more life slips through our fingers. Picture water flowing through your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it escapes. The softer your hold, the more you feel its coolness linger. That is, let them. It is not surrendered, it is alignment with reality. It is choosing to feel the water instead of fighting the inevitable flow. And when you practice it, something extraordinary happens. The noise quiets, the resentment softens, space inside you opens up. Because here's the secret, Mel reveals. Letting them is really about letting you. Letting yourself step out of battles you can't win. Letting yourself breathe. Letting yourself live. But this isn't easy. It takes courage to release control. It takes faith to trust that what is meant for you will not require force. It takes wisdom to see that someone walking away is not rejection, it's direction. And it takes practice, again and again, in the small moments of daily life. When someone cuts you off in traffic, let them. When someone ignores your text, let them. When someone chooses differently, let them. Each time you do, you're building the muscle of peace. And then there's the hidden gift. Let them doesn't just protect you, it reveals truth. People are constantly showing you who they are. The problem is, we don't want to see it. We project what we wish, we cling to potential, we rewrite their actions into excuses. But when you let them, you allow reality to speak. If they love you, you'll see it. If they don't, you'll see it. If they value honesty, integrity, kindness, it will show. And if they don't, that will show too. Letting them isn't passive, it's clarity. And clarity is power. Think about how much of your life has been wasted trying to drag someone into becoming what you imagined. Relationships strained because you demanded they think like you. Friendships broken because you couldn't accept who they were. Opportunities lost because you were too busy fixing someone else to pursue your own path. The let them theory asks you to stop fighting battles that were never yours to win. And here's the paradox. When you stop trying to change others, sometimes they change. Not because you forced it, but because your peace becomes contagious. Your freedom becomes a mirror. Your calm becomes the invitation. Let them be, and sometimes they rise. But even if they don't, you've still won, because you've chosen yourself. You've chosen peace over conflict, clarity over illusion, presence over obsession. And isn't that what we've been searching for all along? There's a line Mel emphasizes: the let them theory is not about giving up, it's about rising above. It's about stepping out of the chaos of trying to choreograph every character in your life's play, and instead focusing on your own role. What if you stopped wasting your energy on who stayed and who left, who liked you and who didn't, who played fair and who betrayed? What if you reclaimed that energy and poured it into becoming the strongest, most alive version of yourself? Imagine the life that would unfold. Your friendships would shift not because you forced anyone, but because those who resonate with your truth would remain. Your work would evolve, not because you begged for recognition, but because you created so much value that it spoke for itself. Your heart would lighten, not because everyone behaved perfectly, but because you stopped needing them to. This is the power of let them. It's radical acceptance disguised as two ordinary words. It's a revolution hidden in simplicity. It's not about disengagement, it's about wise engagement. It's about choosing your battles and realizing most of them were never yours. And perhaps the deepest lesson of all, letting them doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying. You stop carrying what was never yours to begin with the burden of their choices, their mistakes, their paths. You care, but you no longer confuse care with control. You love, but you no longer mistake love for ownership. You show up, but you no longer tie your worth to their response. So the next time you find yourself spiraling, trying to decode someone's silence, trying to fix someone's flaws, trying to orchestrate the impossible pause, whisper the words, let them. Watch the grip loosen. Feel the breath return. Notice the peace rising. This is the gift Mel Robbins has offered, a compass back to yourself. And maybe that's the real point of it all. Life is too short to be consumed by what others choose. It's too fleeting to waste on controlling shadows. Too precious to hand over to the storms of other people's decisions. The let them theory is not just a tool, it's a way of life. A philosophy that says, let them be who they are, so you can finally be who you are meant to be. Because in the end, that's what freedom really is. Not the absence of pain or disappointment, but the presence of peace. Not the control of others, but the mastery of yourself. not bending the world to your will, but bending your heart toward acceptance. So let them. Let them stay, or let them go. Let them call, or let them remain silent. Let them love you, or let them leave. Let them choose, and in their choosing, choose yourself. And now, the call is simple. Not to argue, not to demand, not to fix, but to practice. Today, when the small tests come, when someone cuts in line, when a friend disappoints, when life doesn't bend to your script, pause, breathe, and whisper, let them. Do it not once, but again and again, until the words are etched into your soul. Let them. And in doing so, watch as your life slowly, quietly, beautifully begins to let you.